Podziemski beat the buzzer! That's a three! Right at 0-0!
Last night we had two intense back-and-forth games, an overtime thriller, and some masterful performances.
Celtics trying to take the lead with Brown! Oh my goodness!
Let's start in San Francisco, where the Warriors tried to go up against the almighty Thunder without Steph Curry. But luckily for them, Brandin Podziemski came to play.
Podziemski a deep three. Nice swing. And the Thunder 3 of 6 from the field. Podziemski little floater. I love how he catches that on the run. The firepower. You need Steph's 25-30 points against this team. Podziemski up and around, a little body bump and a bucket.
Look at Podz fooling Chet twice before laying it in, plus the foul. Holmgren was out there looking for directions. With 9 straight points, Brandin was keeping the dubs in the game. But on the other end, SGA was prepping the stage for an OKC takeover.
And he banks that one home. He's got
32% from three-point range. Everybody knows he's better than that. He's been playing such good basketball as quick post.
Shea dropping again. Look at that.
That was a tough and one. He had to raise his shot a lot to get over post. And playing in his third game back, J-Dub made sure to leave his imprint on the game as well.
He defensively.
Jalen Williams. That's a very tough shot. Obviously, Steph and Seth can do it. And Jalen Williams right to the rim. Jalen Williams, he's just having a return game.
So, leading by 12 points near the end of the first half, Alexander saw a chance to blow the game open.
Final 45 seconds. Alexander right to the rim. The ones that have to go. Buddy's 2 of 7 from deep. Alexander answers with the threes. Here's the second. That one becomes a turnover. Steal by Jalen Williams. Alexander with the mid-range and the foul.
Now that's what I call a thunderous transition. It only took them 4 seconds to run full court for the end one. Amazing. And OKC picked up right where they left off after the break because
OKC's one loss, that was to Portland. They avenged that. Their last win was against the Blazers. Alexander.
With this bucket, the Thunder got a 22-point lead and the Warriors were looking dead in the water. But then, something changed and the veteran duo of Green and Payton, along with Podziemski, ignited a solid run for Golden State.
And Gary running the floor to lay it up and in and draw the foul. Nice find from Draymond Green. The human pterodactyl has got that wingspan. DP2 banked in a 3.
You need to flow into your secondary action.
Pocket 5, Gary dropping off to Draymond.
In a 3-minute stretch, the Dubs were able to cut the deficit in half, going on a 14-3 run. And if it wasn't for Isaiah Joe keeping the Thunder at a safe distance from long range, the difference would have shrunk even more.
Is he doing a ton of confidence?
Isaiah Joe never misses against the Warriors, ever.
But then, the Warriors bench stepped up on the scene, ready to continue the comeback.
Balls. Buddy Hield from the foul line. Steph. No, Jimmy Butler, Seth Curry. Oh, that would have brought the house down. Kuminga's there. Moving around. They double team and force the steal. Buddy Hield running with Pat Spencer. He'll lay it up and out. Spencer guides it home.
Buddy, Kuminga, and Pat Spencer got them within 2, and the crowd was ready to explode on the next possession.
Buddy thought about that 3. Pat Spencer corner 3, and he got it. Pat Spencer's got 11! Look at him beating his chest.
Alexander managed to withstand the furious run and bump the lead back to 6 with a few points here and there. However, with less than 4 seconds on the clock and the entire length of the court to beat, Brandin shocked everyone.
10 free throws for the Warriors. Podziemski beat the buzzer! That's a 3! Right at 0-0!
What a ridiculous shot by Podziemski to beat the buzzer and fire up the fans. And Golden State was able to shift the momentum in the final period as well.
Jet set for 3. No, it's a deep 2. Deflections, they move on a string. GP2 floater, and he got it.
To Williams, and he can make plays.
Seth Curry, it's a 3.
Yup, that's Seth Curry making his debut for the Warriors, and Steph approves it from the stands. With his 14th point of the night on 6 of 7 shooting, Seth tied the game looking like an extended arm of his legendary brother. And a minute later, GP sent the entire arena into a delirium.
Buddy Hield on the cross. crossover. Buddy Hield down the lane. They kick out to GP for three. Got it! And the Dubs have the lead!
The Warriors got a huge boost by their bench last night. They outscored OKC 68-29 in points from the second unit. That's wild. Everyone was knocking down shots from deep, and Draymond hopped on the party bus as well.
Draymond three. Oh my goodness! There is something happening in this building. You can feel it.
That three right there capped off an astonishing 56-30 stretch in the last 15 minutes of the game for the Dubs. Seeing Pat Spencer and company putting their historic start of the season in danger, Shea had enough and decided to put an end to their comeback dreams.
That shot was a billion.
And Shea answers. Draymond's playing with 5 fouls. Shea step back three. Come on. I mean, this guy is so good. You send a second defender. Alexander to the elbow. Perfect. So he's got 38.
With 7 of his 38 points when it mattered the most, SGA disappointed the city of San Francisco, and after another miss by the Dubs in the clutch, he sealed the deal, catching them off guard.
Casey Wallace trying to put the capper on that.
And just like that, the OKC Thunder extended their winning streak to 13 games, becoming only the 4th team in NBA history to start a season with a record of 21 wins and only 1 loss. Moving on to Boston, where my Knicks opened up the game shooting lights out from beyond the arc.
And Brunson, step back and knock down three. Walsh right there, will try and baseline. Oh, Brunson, good stuff. Oh, the pitch out Hart, a triple. Night out. Hart steps back, lead clock. What three? The Knicks can't miss.
When Josh Hart hits 3 for 3 from downtown in the first 7 minutes of the game, watch out. And Karl Towns was in his bag as well.
Who are off to a fabulous start at 17-4. Karl Anthony Towns off the bench. Been a pro, a good part of his very young life. Towns from the top, knocks down the triple. Deuce McBride, Towns feeling it. He's having a great start to this quarter.
The big cat was toying with Neemias Queta, putting the Knicks up by 14 early in the second. However, it felt like Jaylen Brown was waiting for his team to fall down just to carry them back up and say, "This is my city."
Smart decision by Queta. Brown, free, three, got them all. Minutes here for the Celtics. Brown accelerating, taking Kolek underwater for 2. The ball as a defender in this stretch. Brown in deep. 2 more.
With 10 unanswered points, Brown single-handedly got his team right in the game. And what he did a couple of minutes later got the entire building jumping off of their seats.
Gonzalez's hustle has been good. Celtics trying to take the lead. With Brown! Oh my goodness! Timeout, Knicks!
Jaylen exploded to the rack for the two-handed jam. He was unconscious in the second quarter, scoring 18 points to give the Celtics a 6-point lead going into the locker rooms. And coming out of the break, I thought that the Knicks would find an answer for Brown, but instead, we only got more of the same.
Mindset of being a starter just right. Inside again, Jaylen Brown. Brown. Nice touch. 31. Here's chase down Minot. Brown. Hart closed out on him. Defense comes. Brown. Give you a little Dirk Nowitzki.
Jaylen was unstoppable in this game. He added 15 more points in the third to completely turn the game over in the Celtics' favor.
Brown working on top on Brunson. Lost it, got it back, and got 2. For the attack. The pull-up. The 2.
So after trailing by double digits in the second, Boston got up by 18 points before heading into the final period. The Knicks didn't help the fact that Jalen Brunson couldn't buy a bucket in this one, shooting a miserable 6 of 21 from the field. Regardless, this team is filled with talent, and at any given moment we have someone who can get hot. And this time, those were Towns and Bridges.
Brunson didn't pull the quick trigger, Bridges does. He's going at Gonzalez here. The twist inside, but he couldn't finish. Towns in 1 to 3. Bridges, turn, toss, triple! Timeout, Boston!
Mikal Bridges lights up the net, sparking a huge 21-6 run to get his team within 3 points. Unbelievable. In a game with such ups and downs, it's natural for the Celtics to punch back. But with the Knicks defense entirely focused on Brown, the story in the clutch for Boston was none other than Jordan Walsh.
5 of 18. Good spin move by Brown. No off the window. Walsh kept it alive again. He scores. Over the top of Hauser, who wanted the over the back. Good hands by Walsh.
The guy that was glued to the bench for the past couple of seasons came to the rescue for the Celtics. That's the epitome of staying ready when your number gets called. And he kicked it out to Derek White here, who knocked down a big 3 to give Boston an 8-point lead. Still, Bridges was too deep in his bag to quit just yet.
6-point game, Bridges. Got it again.
On the other end, who's gonna respond? That's right, it's Jordan's time to shine.
Wide open. Walsh the fake. Inside, tough 2.
Walsh got 6 of his 8 points when the Celtics needed it the most, and they were able to keep the Knicks at bay by knocking down their free throws in the clutch. But after another 3 by Mikal, who wasn't gonna stop trying, Jaylen Brown almost went from hero to 0 because
Jaylen Brown.
He's calling him to go. Get the ball out of his hands.
2 come. They throw it away.
They sure did.
Bridges is smoking hot. He's going to fire again. No. Walsh goes up high to get the rebound.
ooh, Boston really dodged a bullet there. At the end, Brown just put a stamp on the win with his 42nd point of the night.
And they get it into Simons, throws it ahead to Brown. That will do it. Jaylen Brown's 14th career 40-point game. The Celtics win by 6.
It's not easy to top a 42-point performance in the NBA, but Anthony Edwards did exactly that.
Edwards knifing down the lane for 2. Edwards on the drive, step through and the lane. Edwards right down Bourbon Street, bucket and the foul.
And was outrunning, out-muscling defenders all the way to the cup all game long. He was hitting threes, pull-ups, mid-range fadeaways, you name it. But except for Rudy Gobert, he didn't have much of a help offensively, so the Wolves played from behind in the clutch.
High-scoring affair at Smoothie King Center. Edwards wants a tie. Cash!
Edwards ties the game, but the rookie connection in New Orleans is strong.
From three-point land here in the second half. Incredible.
Pelicans looking for a big hoop here. Queen!
So down by 2 with the clock ticking and has to deliver.
Got it into Edwards. Edwards on the drive. Got the lane!
That was awful defense by the Pels on the last possession, letting Edwards walk his way to the rim. Anyway, they still have 2 seconds to try and win the game.
Perfect. Got it in. Queen driving. Floats it up. Off the mark. Oh my goodness.
Derek Quinn misses the potential game winner over Gobert, and we go to overtime. In the extra period, the experience of the Timberwolves seemed to be the deciding factor.
DiVincenzo playing defensive back. Edwards attacking. Lefty lane. Timeout New Orleans. Randall being assertive here in OT. Backing down the smaller fears. Fading away. Got it. Randall saving his best for last. Randall has 8 points in OT. Edwards to the rack.
The Ant-Man with the cherry on top of a brilliant 44-point game on 53% efficiency. To make things worse for the Pels, news got out that Zion is going to be out indefinitely with an adductor strain. So far in his career, he played in only 224 of the 493 games for New Orleans. That's only 45%. He's essentially a part-time employee. That's sad for a player of his caliber. And speaking of that, what the Clippers did to Chris Paul is nothing short of a heartbreak. They released the greatest player in the history of their franchise midway through a road trip. No matter if he's past the glory days, that's a miserable thing to do to the point guard. He definitely deserved to retire on his own terms with a little bit of dignity. LeBron James, on the other hand, lost the respect of some fans after blatantly throwing the Lakers' game plan out of the window just to speak with the Suns bench. Then he stayed in a blowout game only to get to his beloved 10 points. I broke everything down in this video, so check it out and talk to you in the next one. Peace out.